Resistance. It's a word that I've used in my own thinking tons in my teaching, whether Reiki specifically with manifesting, right, your desires. Again, it's step 3, right? Step 1 is creating your perfect desire, that perfect image. And then step 2 is feeling it on the inside. That's the fun part. And then step 3 is managing the resistance. I learned something about 20 minutes ago about, it's actually like a hidden nugget of wisdom hidden within that resistance, but you can miss it really, really easily. So here's the thing. I think most of us understand what resistance is, I guess, what it feels like. And I find it's really valuable because once you're able to identify those cues, whether it's non-physical, so for me, that resistance is, there's almost like a sense of confusion. And then, of course, physical tension, relaxation. So you're moving towards something, you're contemplating something, and you feel the resistance. Here's what I did just this morning. Is I felt the resistance, and then here's the thing. Then your logical mind, again, logic isn't bad, it's just limited. Then your logical mind answers the question. Right? See, your logical mind wants to know how stuff works. It doesn't like open-ended questions. It doesn't like questions, period. It wants to answer them. And so my logical mind came up with an answer for why I was feeling the resistance. And then it wants you, right, to do something to alleviate the resistance. So here's the way the equation goes. You feel the resistance, that triggers your logical mind to go, why are we feeling the resistance? And then it chooses then the best course of action to eliminate the resistance. That best course of action often is what leads us in the wrong direction. And let me explain what I mean. Our logical mind is valuable, but it is limited. And it needs things to be done fast. Our greatest, I find, tool that we can use in learning something brand new is the pause. Your logic's going to go ahead and do that. But if we can simply choose to pause, and then so remember, your logic, it's like thoughts in your mind, but they're not necessarily yours. They're not you, right? They're thoughts, but they're not you. So if we can just kind of let it do its thing, because we won't be able to stop it. But then if we can look at the resistance, I like to say from a place of curiosity, not concern. You see, logic looks at it from a place of concern. Oh no, resistance. We got to do something about this. Oh my goodness, what are we going to do? How can we eliminate the resistance as quick as possible? But if we can just pause, stay in that resistance, and from a place of curiosity, just sort of just look at it and just allow it to be. Or you could even say, I wonder why this resistance is here, why it's really here, not the way what my logic necessarily says. Or you could even get a little bit fancier and go, what does this resistance want to tell me? So that's what I did. And as I kind of just rolled it, it wasn't anything earth-shattering, right? It was actually building an online resource database for existing students. It's got like research papers and different things like that. And I had a tool that I was using to do that. And I just keep feeling this resistance. So my logical mind says, okay, this is why, do this, do this. But then when I just stayed in that place of curiosity and held that resistance in my awareness, it actually had something to tell me about what was really the root cause of it. And it wasn't what my logical mind thought it was. What was interesting enough is it wasn't so much the tool where the problem was, because that's what the logic said. It was actually something in me in the way I was trying to use the tool, which is kind of beside the point. But to me, what was really cool about that is when I was just able to stay with the resistance, it actually told me that awareness comes to you as far as what's underneath it. And that's where the real gold is. And that's in a very many ways that treasure. Well, resistance isn't comfortable. I get that. There's that nugget of wisdom. But if we don't allow ourselves to stay with it from that place of curiosity, again, easier said than done, I get it. It won't be able to reveal it to us.